Hi there everybody. Today I'm on another little country road just here alongside a river and sort of a floodplain, little flat floodplain that's alongside the river. And right across the road through the trees there is a magnificent old chateau which is mud flooded. I need to do a video on that, and its sister chateau next door. I just can't gain access and I can't see through the trees. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here today because, again, I think I am at the crest of another mud flood wave. And these houses here are built into it, and it rolls right up to them. Whether they cut the earth out and built the house, or whether the houses were there before that came through, I'm not so sure. And not only that, but we're in a little bit of a paradise here. They even got their own banana plantation. Can you believe that? Well, that's what that is. Anyway, I'm going to stay off the road, keep on the grass, so I don't make so much noise. And as I go along here, now you're going to get a kind of an idea of what I'm talking about. And what brought me to all this was a video I made a few days ago called, if I can remember the name of it, it was called Lost in a Place with No Name on the Crest of a Mudflood Wave. Now, as I've driven along this road here, I can see what I reckon to be the crest of that mud flood wave. And what drew my attention to all this was, again, the Lance Renard haphazard universe productions, or whatever it is that he's calling it at the moment. And he was reading, as I said, from a old book which had a eyewitness account of the mud flood. And they were saying that the earth rolled in like waves on the ocean. And if that's the case, and there's another chateau up through the trees up there. There's the river Tardoir, it's called. And the eyewitness said that the earth rolled in like the waves on the ocean. And what I've come across here looks to me like that spot where the wave came to a sudden stop. And this is what it's like along the side of the road. And as I walk along here, it overhangs like a cliff face. And all the rock does look like mud rock, does look like slate, and here I am standing right underneath it. I don't think it's going to fall anytime soon. People park their cars in here, nice little natural carport. And there's what I'm talking about, slate. There's what I'm talking about, mud rock. And if it flowed like they say it flowed, like the ocean, and then it came to a sudden stop, this is what it's going to look like. And then of course people take advantage of it, use it. And there's another house there built into it. And right here in the middle of the river we have this beautiful old mill, which I am going to come back to and do a video on it, because the two chateaux behind and the mill and whatever else is around here in the area is of interest to you all. Just unfortunately, with the way the trees are right now, I can't really see through it. That is chateau number 2 up there. We've got a number of nice little centres here. I think this place is a restaurant as well. Looks like the mill wheels aren't moving. noise. A nice little weir. Hardly any wind today. No wind today. Still as anything. Anyway, more banana plantations. This place is a regular little paradise. Anyway, let me continue on down this road here because it gets bigger and chunkier as I go down. These trees up here, none of them are of any real age. They're just wild trees. Nice oaks. Can't really root very well and won't get in very far. But look, can you imagine the earth coming in a wave? How, I don't know. I can't see the earth just rolling along. But the waves, let's say the waves were underneath the earth and causing the earth to produce a wave-like effect. Then, when it comes to a stop, it's gonna come to a stop right here. Let me zoom up there. It's big. And it is at river level right down here right now. We're at the bottom of a hill. I mean, to get to my house now, I have to drive 3 miles uphill. Up. And as the hill comes down, this is what's at the bottom of it. And it's, if it is what I think it is, then it's proof. You can see the house is buried into the hill. Traffic by. And it goes on. Again, a beautiful tranquil river with an island down there where the mill is and another island up here. And many times as I come by here I see canoe clubs. They like to use this nice little peaceful piece of bit of water and use the weirs to do their ramping and jumping. Oh, didn't see this before. Right, let's investigate this. But for a moment, let me get that rush hour go by. There it is. Ooh. A natural spring coming out of, and obviously, you know, this is old and this is built. So here we are now. Am I right? Am I wrong? Well, I could be wrong, but I'm not lying. I put this whole thing down to the crest of a mudflood wave, and somebody has something built into it from time gone by, which is now shattered. When I drive back up this road, I'll be breaking the law again because I'm going to drive and film at the same time. Because it goes on, and I want to go up around the corner about a quarter of a mile. So I'm going to have to stall it soon and get back to the car. Interesting little things. And what's that there now? It just looked a little bit round to me. I thought it might have been something. You never know. You never know. And whatever local story you're told, you know, you can bin it immediately. Anyway, going to pause here, be back in a moment. Right, just on my way back to the car, and just happened to look at these stones here. Huge big stones that are lying on the ground. And I'm seeing some marks in them here, some tracks. Roger, some truck drove through there many years ago. What? This one here has got some lines on it. Someone's been graffitiing it. And there's some lines on the side of that one also. Like, could you call it limestone? Lime leaching out to the outside. There's just some strange marks on them. Woohoo! What have we got here? Now, Wise Up would say that's rebar. And I reckon he's right. That's what it is. And again. And again. So these are very old bits of prehistoric concrete of some sort, shattered and strewn around, and still have their markings on them. Someone's gathered them up to use them. I've got to go out of here. Boy, does that stink. Okay, now here comes the biggest crime they've had down here since World War II. I'm going to drive and film at the same time. Try not to make too much noise. Going to take a moment. Winds probably definitely have my sound. I'm trying to get kind of an idea of where I have to get to Can't hear me. I'll be there in a moment. Sneak in here. How's that? Now, we're back on dry land. So, up here, inside the trees on the left, is, you can't really get through to see what I need to get at. Hold on a second. Okay, it begins around here. And, you can see type of thing I'm talking about. Now, there's something that looks like concrete there and there. And there. And there's a looks like there's something. Is that a tower or a chimney of some sort behind? There's a massive bolt coming out of it. That's not old. I would say maybe that's something that they've put in here to retain that earth from coming down. Now, I did notice one or two things here. Pause a second. Yeah, right here. Something quite weird. If I can zoom in on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Center screen. Do you see in the root of that tree? It looks like a guy's head sticking out of it. Unreal. So yeah, just a bit of a concrete anomaly in there. And then it keeps coming. And all I can do really is just keep walking. I hope you can see through the foliage okay. And this is a little bit of a river gorge that goes on. You can't really drive any further, but you can walk up it for a few miles. As it continues, it gets to a really beautiful area that I have to come and film in another video, because it would mean stalling this video and driving around country roads for 20 minutes to get to it. But in the meantime, It in behind these trees, there's where we have the biggest cliff face of all. And I don't see it as something that has been there and then suddenly collapsed and lay on the ground, because there are no debris in there from anything that has collapsed. And that's about, probably over 100 feet tall. It will get better now as I get in behind these trees. Remember, I've got to look at the screen, I've got to look at the wall, and I've got to keep an eye out for snakes and dragons in leaf piles like this. They don't like noise. Can't hear noise. They feel vibration. And this is in a bit of a, off the beaten track area here that I've come into. And again, I reckon I am looking at slate, mud rock from the mud flood that came and flowed like Lance Renard was reading out in his eyewitness account of the flood. And if it came like waves in chunks of mud rock like this, then there had to be a point where it came to a stop. Woohoo! Ants! Plenty of them. That's quite big. Yeah, I'm not really too worried about them. But what do you think? Am I right? Is that what I'm looking at? It just stops. It just drops off. It has turned from mud to rock. And you can see slate formation. How far am I going to go? How far am I going to go? Huh? I think that's about it. I ain't going to go any further than that. But in the next video, I'll try and get a few miles down the road to the river gorge called the Gorge du Chambon and drive along it. I'm going to need a driver because I'm going to have the camera out of the window of the car to really get all of it, because it's quite long and it's like this. And this is it. Mudflood France. The crest of the mudflood wave right before your very eyes. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll talk to you all soon.